All right, what a day, what a day, what a day. But today was still a eventful day. The CBA agreement was agreed upon, and you guys heard us go back and forth a little bit about that. And the whole reality of it is the NFL is the NFL, and the players it really means not for long. And you got to evaluate life, and you got to look at it from these parameters that even when even when the players seemed like they didn't win, there's still a lot of young players that can look at this and say it's an opportunity. And judging off of the feel and the vibe of the fans, we just want to see football. That's the reality of it. We just want to see football, and we're going to be able to see that. Hopefully, all of the crazy stuff will pass by. And I'm always with the belief that even the flu season will be over with by the time September will be here. So football will continue. It will. Some other news out there: Calais Campbell got traded, picked up with a fifth round draft pick, going to the Ravens. He's going to fit in well with that particular system. In my opinion, I think that although he's long in the tooth, I think that he will bring in some veteran leadership, and they can rally around him. He's a good guy on and off the field, so they got them a gem. They do, and then he was able to get away from Jacksonville Jaguars, so that's a good move for them. Outside of that, the deadline is tomorrow. So we would know the direction of this team, whether or not this particular team, the Dallas Cowboys, are all in on Dak Prescott, or are they all in on Amari Cooper? Now, in a perfect world, they would figure out ways to sign both guys. We would have 71 to 72 million dollars in free cap money to spend on free agent guys or to sign our own guys. So far, we signed the backup quarterback and the fullback. And Jerry Wayne Jones and Stephen Jones, they like to move slow. More so Stephen Jones. He like to move slow around this time. And I always say the race is not to the swift nor the battle to the strong. So hopefully they'll figure out what is going to happen or what should happen in this particular movement. But I will say that we've been patient. We've been patient with the Cowboys. We've been extremely patient with the Cowboys. I do know this, that there's a lot of people that although we say that we are patient with the Dallas Cowboys, there are a lot of people that will look at this and say, I can't wait for number 4 to leave. I can't wait for number 4 to leave. That's a lot. That's what a lot of people will be saying. But I'm with the belief that, hey, if the Cowboys franchise Dak Prescott and pay Amari Cooper, or they decide to let both of them go, or if they do the vice versa, if they pay Dak Prescott and franchise Amari Cooper, we still will support this team. It's just that we would probably be mad at their decisions. But all of that, all of that with the Cowboys, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think that the draft is so close, although they pushed it back because of the coronavirus and and the scare around the world. Um, we will see. We will find out. Also, within that particular news, in the confines of that news, the CDC did come out and say, hey, groups of 50 or more, they kind of want people to stand back and step back. And I think that they probably passed the Stafford Act. You guys can look up the Stafford Act too, whereas they demanding everybody to stay at home and just be safe. So we'll figure that out too along the road. But that's just life. It makes and it paints this picture of a journey. And every day we should be learning something. We should be developing on our particular skill set. And we should be looking at things objectively too. And speaking of looking at things objectively, I think that this Dallas Cowboys team, we have a chance and opportunity to improve our defense And all of this stuff was going back and forth with these two offensive guys, the Amari Cooper and the Dak Prescott, can be swept under the rug. It can be swept under the rug. We can be looking back at this thing and be saying to ourselves, man, you remember when, boy, do you remember when we tried to do this and we tried to do that and we said this, and that. I'm just happy. Let me know if you're happy like I'm happy that we got Mike McCarthy. I'm happy that we got a new defensive philosophy. I'm happy about those things. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. Because when I look at this team and I think about what we did last year, I'm sitting there saying, boy, oh boy, don't let this thing work out. Boy, don't let this thing work out. Man, it's, it's so much to think about as it relates to this team, but the deadline make deals philosophy will be at its face value tomorrow. And it's like the start of a new season. You're going to see teams get rid of guys. You're going to see teams, when you scratch your head and say, huh? That Tannehill? I'm about to say Tiny Hill, but a Tannehill? Don't you know that we got people that represent silver and blue, the Cowboys nation, giving this guy all of the excuses in the world? I read some comments. They were saying that, well, he never played on a good team. He went to Miami land, and that's why he had those particular stats. And his ACL, it wasn't his fault, and these sort of things. And I look back at it and I said, okay. But the brother still only played, what, 7 to 8 games, give or take? And they gave that man $62 million, 118 million, 29.9 or something like that, $30 million a year out of 7 to 8 games. Oh boy, oh boy. The price tag just went up for Dak Prescott when you do those things. It is. If he get that on the open market and he played the way he did play last year, I'm talking about Ryan Tannehill. He didn't play bad at all, but that Derrick Henry had something to say about it. And shout out to that rookie. What's his name? A.J. Brown, I believe. It speaks volumes, Cowboy Nation. It speaks volumes. When you can put a team around somebody and they can show some traits of good ball player, what have you, you can get paid in the NFL. I want to tell people all the time. I want to tell them, hey, if you have a son and they trying to get into sports, you try to let them get into baseball or basketball. But if they still love football, see if they can throw that rock around. See if they can play football in that sense. Can they pass the ball? Because they giving out money for those quarterbacks, and it proves to you 7 to 8 games you can get $62 million. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, it's crazy. It's crazy. But shout out to him, and shout out to whoever else finna get that bag. Because even Calais Campbell, 5th round draft pick, I think he's going to make anywhere from 12 to 13 million a year. And he's long in the tooth too. So, whoo, man, my goodness. So it goes to show you that you can get paid in the NFL. It may not be the amount of money that you are making in baseball, but you can get paid. That's just the reality of it. Now, tomorrow, I want people to know this. Turn your notifications on. Ooh, turn your notifications on. Be glued to the seat because there's going to be breaking news one way or another. Whether it's good news or bad news for your particular team, it's going to be breaking news. And the news cycle been so dry that the ESPN, the NFL Network, Fox, Tupac, Biggie, man, Elvis, everybody, they're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys, or they're going to be talking about whatever transpired. Whatever transpired, or whatever went on in the NFL, because the news cycle is so dry right now. Just look for it. right, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. But if you like this channel, hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Follow me on all platforms. I'm on multiple platforms, and I really appreciate you all for helping me grow the nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go.